I live here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. I am a 20-year Ford UAW worker. I've had a long family history of my father and uncles and aunts all working for Ford Motor Company. I work from 6 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. Just constant work from bell to bell.
I'm a public school teacher in California public schools. I've been teaching 28 years. I'm also a wife and mother of 2 young men. Throughout my career, I have been forced to fight public sector unions, which have made it very difficult for us to do what's right for the children.
As a lifelong conservative, I knew right from the beginning that the UAW was a union that supported political and social issues that I think is detrimental to the working class and supported political candidates that I did not agree with.
I thought, if I'm really going to make my voice heard, I'm going to serve as a union leader. And what I found there was that even as a union official, I had no voice. Every time I turn around, my union is using my money to fight for things I'm against. And they're things I'm against as a teacher, as a mother, as a person of faith.
When we passed right to work in Michigan, I actually withdrew from the union. After so many years, I decided that the UAW was not the way that I wanted to go.
9 other teachers and I stood together and took a case to the United States Supreme Court last year. I was lead plaintiff in that case, Friedrichs versus California Teachers Association. Our case was based on the First Amendment. It's a free speech issue. Teachers should be able to decide for ourselves without fear or coercion whether or not to fund or join a union. If we would have won, the whole country would have been right to work in the public sector.
Because I was so public in right to work, I did receive some pushback and I did receive a lot of threats. For example, I have been through 3 windshields on my truck over the years where they've been busted out right there in the parking lot at work. I received nasty emails. My phone number has been out there in the public, and I've received very threatening phone calls. But when you have radical people out there that try to stop you, you're going to have to get through that and realize the truth should not be intimidated into stopping. You've got to speak it.
The way that the unions attack is they use fear tactics. They told teachers that my fellow plaintiffs and I were trying to destroy their pensions, that if we won our lawsuit, they would lose their jobs. Children would be taught by teachers who didn't have a credential or didn't know how to teach.
Most people thought, well, right to work must be bad. The unions say so. What I discovered is that right to work not only benefits the individual worker, which is who I was fighting for, it actually benefits unions in the long run. It makes them answerable and accountable to their membership, so it makes them refocus on what they were created to do.
Now we're supporting 8 other cases across the country that have all been built on the Friedrichs case. I am positive that eventually we will free public sector workers. If we can give freedom to workers across the country, we can fix our educational system.
Right to work, what we called here in Michigan freedom to work, actually benefits workers in the long run. So it not only benefits workers and the unions that represent them, but it benefits all the citizens in the state because it opens avenues of economic growth which were not there before the passage of the bill.